He's right. I am a murderer.
Okay, we are on the second training session of the day. I just got off work, super tired, but we still got to get this training session in. I normally do my runs in the morning, then I go to the boxing gym, then I'll go to work, and then I'll do a second training session on my own at the track and field. But today I wasn't able to do my run in the morning because I had to go in the gym earlier. So I'm going to be running today, very light run because my legs low-key kind of hurting. So I'm going to be doing a super light run and then my basic routine that I normally do for the evenings. Let's get on with it. I just bent my knee and that hurt really bad. Getting ready mentally, mainly. Okay, it's low key. A lot of people here at the track. Normally it's empty, so I don't know if I'm gonna be talking a crazy amount. They're like playing football and soccer, but the lights are on. The lights are never on because I'm always here in the dark, so that's good. We get free lighting. Oh, we'll start off with my mobility routine. I always do mobility, especially now that my joints hurt more. So kind of show you guys what I do for that. It's important. Don't skip it, for real. It's very important. This hurts pretty bad, but mobility is important. No matter what anybody says, mobility is important. I feel like not a lot of boxers do mobility, but dude, it's like staple for me now. I have to do mobility. If I don't do mobility, then I can barely box. So yeah, that's probably the most important part of my training session right there. It really is like a world of difference that it makes when you start to do mobility. Like you just feel looser, you feel better, you know what I mean? I don't know why a lot of people don't do mobility. It's super important. It's really important to do. If you're not doing mobility, then I feel like you gotta be. Okay, we'll start with some jump rope. I normally do 3 rounds, so we'll do 3 rounds. So we'll see how my leg feels. If my leg feels good, then we'll go for a run. We're gonna go for a run anyways. I'm already calling it. Okay. We go slow. A little faster. Okay. Easy warm up round. Okay. We'll do another 2, and then we'll get on to the rest. It's like my favorite part of boxing. One of them. I love ropes. Not a lot of people like ropes, but I confidently say I'm a rope enjoyer. Besides when it decides to slap me in the knees. Like then. Dude, these guys are really good at football. Never been too good at football. Or soccer, dude. I played soccer for a while, but I was okay, dude. My brother was always better than me. He was fucking raw. I was like, okay. That's 3 rounds of jump rope. So we're done with that. It's actually really beautiful out tonight, I ain't gonna lie. Okay. It is shoot time. We do the knot. We do the loop. We do the Velcro and then we're sick. He's actually fire. Now we shadow box. I do pretty light shadow boxing. You know what I mean? Just technical for the first round, at least, maybe 2 rounds. And then I start to go a little harder as the rounds progress. That's the first round. We got a couple more. We're gonna crank up the heat a little bit. That felt pretty good. Most important thing to focus on though when you are shadowboxing is technique. Technique. Best way to develop technique is through shadowboxing. It's the best drill there is in boxing. It's the way to learn boxing. You develop hand speed, everything. I feel like shadowboxing is the dominant exercise there is. You hit a bag all day. Shadowboxing, it's unbeatable, really. Unbeatable for sure. But anyways, we got one more round and then we'll do weighted shadowboxing. Mainly that's just for my shoulders, kind of just to work them out. I also recommend, you know, whenever you guys are practicing, put your mouth guard in. Just to see how it feels. This is like one of the hardest things to get used to when you're first starting boxing. Just pop it in and breathe with it, you know what I mean? Use it on your runs, use it while you're shadowboxing, just to get used to it. Same thing with the cup. When you're hitting the bag, wear your cup. Just to get used to that feeling of, oh, this is new and it's in my mouth. It's fucking, it's hard to breathe. Don't say that again. Anyways, let's go. That's good. That's real good. My knee feels kind of okay too. It doesn't hurt, you know what I mean? Which is good, obviously. I was scared that, you know, it's gonna start hurting. I wasn't gonna be able to train. I haven't been training as much because of the injury. Injuries always are the worst part of every athlete in their career. You know what I mean? It just sucks. It stops everything. You have to heal. There's no way around it. And most of the time, you weren't even doing anything crazy to cause it. Anyways, it feels okay. So we're gonna do weighted shadow boxing now. And okay, with weighted shadow boxing, the focus is getting a burn on your shoulders, because using weights will not only help keep your hands up for a longer amount of time, it'll also help you with your punching stamina. So using weights is useful. You don't want to go too heavy. I do 2 pounds, and you know, this is more than enough for me. Anything over that, I feel like you're at risk of hyperextending your arm when you throw the actual punch, and you don't want to do that. So So I'm focusing on, you know, my form, my technique. I'm just throwing single shots. So if you do this a lot, over and over again, like if I were to bah, 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 I'm gonna injure myself. I had a great, amazing morning session in the gym today. Really, it's kind of fire. I sparred a pro. Crazy dude. They call him, his nickname's Poncho. And dude, he has hands. He bruised my rib really bad. He caught me with a bunch of shots. But I learned so much from him. And at first, I remember I was so nervous to get in with him, but he taught me so much. I think that a lot of people are scared to get in the ring with somebody who's more experienced than them. But at the end of the day, that's the only way you really learn. Those people have been through things that have made them a better fighter, and they're practically giving you a chance to learn what they have to offer just by sparring. I think it's the best way to learn. Sparring experienced fighters, sparring people who are stronger than you will only make you better. So never feel nervous to fight somebody who you know might beat the shit out of you. Because at the end of the day, if your goal is to become a better fighter, then you might learn a few things from somebody who can catch your weaknesses. I mean, for me, I have a ton of weaknesses. Yeah, sure, I look flashy every once in a while, and I know the basics of boxing, but I'm leagues away from becoming the best fighter that I can be. So in the meantime, I'm gonna devote every waking hour I have to become the best fighter I can be. And seeing these fighters around me who are more experienced, seeing how far they've came and how much they've learned just motivates me to get in there and work with them and learn even more about myself. Nobody's a perfect fighter. There's no such thing as the perfect fighter. Everybody has a weakness. Everybody can work on something. That's why it's important when you start boxing that, you know, you drop that ego, that you let yourself be bad and pursue being good one day, you know? Yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. It was a good experience. It was great. Highly recommend. Elbows tucked. I keep untucking. Like I'll throw the punch and then be like this. Bah. That's not tucked. You know what I mean? After review of the footage, after careful review of the footage, I'm leaned a little too forward. Best thing about recording yourself is you can go back and see what you're doing wrong. In the beginning, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of nervous to record, but just keep in mind that, you know, doing this is gonna help you become a better fighter. And that's what we're working towards, guys. That's where I want to be. I want to be here. I was a little too here. I want to be here. Another huge problem I have personally is leaving my chin out. I do that a lot, especially when I'm shadowboxing. I'll punch like this, when in reality, I'm supposed to be tucked in and like that. You know what I mean? Not like this, like here. Everything's tight, you know what I mean? But for me, sometimes I do this. That whole time right here, boom, getting hit in the face. Right here, boom, getting hit right there. It's just little spots that are open. Sure, the beginner might not be able to see that spot, but people who know what they're doing are gonna catch you. And that shit's gonna hurt. We do gotta go for a run. I'm gonna do a jog then we'll see how we feel. The moon looks so sick right now. That looks dope. I normally do a little more, but I did quite a bit at the gym today. So I think I'm honestly just give my arms a little bit of rest. And then the rest, we'll be doing some running. We'll go for a 3-mile, very light jog, just because I kind of want to test and see how my knee feels. But we'll see. It should be okay. I'm hoping. I like the little light sessions I do in the evenings, just because it keeps me in that mindset. You know what I mean? That mindset of always improving, trying to, you know, build myself up from what I was the day before. And I feel like it really works. Kind of consistently keeping myself in the zone. You know what I mean? No distractions. Because I could have went home and played video games all night, or I could have went home and, you know, watched YouTube videos until I fell asleep. But just the act of actively choosing not to do that and to pursue ultimately what your goal is, I think that's pretty impressive. And I tip my hat to anybody who does that. It's pretty cool. Let's put this shit back. Okay. So normally I run like at a 7-minute mile pace when I do my 4 miles, which is decently quick. So we're gonna do a little bit less today and try to mainly focus on how my leg feels so that I can start to do my daily runs again. So we're probably gonna go for an 8-minute mile pace. Running in the countryside now, where the fields are. It's beautiful out here though, even at night. I don't recommend running crazy distances for amateur boxers. If you're pro, yeah, you're gonna have to run an insane amount of miles. You do an insane amount of rounds. But if you're an amateur, you know, I'd say 3 miles is pretty good, as long as you're running it on a quick pace. I mean, pro boxers have more time to spread their energy out, especially if they're doing like 12 rounds. Amateur boxers kind of don't. You only have 3 rounds, so it's like a consistent sprint for 3 minutes or 2, and then a little bit of a break, and then you're sprinting again. We made it. Post-training review. Overall, pretty good session. Very light second session of the day. I wanted to keep it pretty light today. You know, my leg feels great. I definitely can resume training at full force like how I was. And I'll, you know, be putting that sort of training also in the next upcoming videos. If you guys have any questions about anything, boxing related, not boxing related, let me know, and I will try to get to them in the upcoming videos as well. But felt amazing today. I definitely am starting to get back into the groove of things as far as the intensity of my workouts goes. But yeah, another day in the books, another day towards my dreams and my goals. I mean, every day counts. So, you know, You just have to put in the work, and you'll see the results. But I wish you guys good training, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
He's right. I am a murderer. But until 6 months ago, I was just an ordinary high school girl. Do you remember what we promised?